Game Trailers Game of the Year Awards 2009. Best Story.
A game can let players slay demons, bag the bad guy, or even save the world, but what does it all mean without some meaningful context to go with it? Story is the invisible thread that draws us forward, tugging at our hearts, our minds, and our itchy trigger fingers for the next great revelation around the bend. Whether in the tradition of a gripping bestseller or a high-budget action movie, these are the games that send our imaginations racing with some of the best stories this year.
I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously!
And the nominees are Assassin's Creed 2.
With the veil lifted off the series' past and present twist, all eyes are on the sequel to see just how far down the rabbit hole will go. As it turns out, it goes pretty darn deep. Assassin's Creed 2's world is one ripe with conspiracy theory and revenge, topped off by some genuinely shocking plot reveals. And while enough can't be said of just how big a conundrum Ubisoft has started, we'll leave it to Desmond and 3 simple words to sum it up for us.
What the
Grand Theft Auto 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony.
The murderous microcosm of Liberty City has been host to some thrilling chases by land, air, and sea. But leave it to the nightclubs and the dour tale of one Tony Prince to really get to the source of the city's beating heart. The Ballad of Gay Tony isn't the tragedy of one man, but the lament of many. A thriving cast of shifty outcasts given life by Rockstar's deft quill and the staunch performances of the voice actors taking part. No matter your stance on drive-bys or dance music, the game definitely has a knack for creating a scene.
Tony, can I have a word?
No! No.
Resident Evil 5.
Choosing the tainted, zombie-infested landscape of Africa as its muse, Resident Evil 5 captivates audiences with a suspenseful plot that chills to the bone. Chris Redfield's journey into the strange and unfamiliar is our own, a perilous mission marked by danger, intrigue, and freakish monstrosities around every turn. And though, inevitably, it all seems to raise many questions, longtime fans are also treated to several resolutions that have been dangling for a decade.
Let's save the chit-chat for later.
Silent Hill, Shattered Memories.
The Silent Hill series has seen its share of tortured tales over the years, but none in recent memory compared to the tone or structure of its latest Wii-based offering, Shattered Memories. As a retelling of the town's first unlucky visitor, Harry Mason, Shattered Memories delves into a complex mystery of the mind, a haunting story that gradually reveals itself as you partake in the game's mood-setting devices and analytical psych profiles that hinge on your personal investment in the tale. It's rich, scary, and full of twists, just as a good Silent Hill game should be.
I find the best cure for guilt is to never get caught in the first place.
Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
In true Hollywood fashion, Uncharted 2 lives up to its promise of a grand sequel with big explosions, big set pieces, and a big campaign spanning countries across the globe. But what's truly remarkable is how much its excellent story ultimately rises to the top, a loving homage to everyman bravado and the capers of classic action movie fare. Perhaps more than any other nominee, Uncharted 2 is the quintessence of escape, a cinematic gesture of thrill-chasing adventurism that few were able to match.
So I'm guessing it's not a coincidence that we ended up here?
No, not exactly.
And the winner is Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
It's uncommon to see a game that has as much polish on its words as it does everything else, but Uncharted 2 is one such rare exception. It expertly weaves its punchy narrative within the seams of a grand adventure, a perfect conglomeration of guns and glory with its motley cast of conniving cut purses at the core of the whole experience. In terms of sheer entertainment, there's nothing else quite like turning off your mind and allowing the story from Uncharted 2 to creep its way in.
We're in. Yeah, in like Flynn, right?